Right, hello, so Merry Christmas. It is actually the 25th of December today, so I've got time to do a short stream, not a very long one. This is just sort of one I've had a bit of time to squeeze in here. Absolutely stuffed, I ate loads. Thankfully, even with like the mumps still being there a little bit, I managed to eat. It was a bit painful at times, but if it's good food, you sort of put up with it. So today's been good. Most of my relatives I've got presents from so far. Bear in mind, I've not seen all of them because Corona and everything. Most of them have just given me like either money or beer, either which I'm pretty happy with. So yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody, or as I said before, whatever other sort of, if you have other beliefs, whatever they are. But but I said I won't be on for too long. Just wanted to say Merry Christmas. My DP2 arrived yesterday, but it didn't have the check source with it, which was really annoying. So no DP2 check source videos, just for anybody who might be wondering about that. There'll be a video on the DP2 because thankfully the DP2 still works, but no check source included. So I'm gonna have to look for a DP2 again. So I wish I bought that one on eBay that turned up a while ago. That had the check source with it, but oh well, I'm sure one will eventually turn up again. Thank you, Brighton. There won't be loads of new members content this year, as I said before, because of like getting over the mumps and all that. But next year there'll be a lot. I think it will let you watch all the old content anyway I've done for members, but yeah, as I said, for anybody who didn't hear, the swelling's going down a bit, so it's still a bit painful, but not anywhere near as bad as it was. All right, how's things in America? Wasn't there some sort of explosion in America today? I've not really looked at the news because it's a bit depressing looking at the news on Christmas Day. But yeah, obviously, greetings, happy holidays, whatever, to wherever people are in the world. But yeah, so I said, not too much to say. We had a very quiet Christmas with just some members of the family, which was nice. But most of the members of the family are either self-isolating due to Corona or not getting together because of infection risks. So cheers, Chris. Yeah, it will be good, Dom. The only issue is, like I said, it's not got the control source with it, and the check source of the DP2 is part of the reason I bought it, because it comes with like the biggest check source I've ever seen on the Geiger counter. Oh, it's technically an ionization chamber. But yeah, the good thing is my DP2 works at least, so I can get it running for the video, and I might even be able to use some Americinium with it or something to get a display, registering a unit. But again, the DP2 is sort of like, in the Rontgen range kind of detector. It's not a low radiation range detector. I think it technically does like a quarter of a Rontgen as its lowest sort of readable dose. Yeah, I watch the Queen's thing. I watch it every year with people in my family. I don't think anybody really takes it all that seriously, but well, it's I didn't get it regardless, Dominic, so it doesn't matter. I've not got the check source with it because it didn't arrive, but look it up. You can look it up pretty easily. The videos on the DP2. But yeah, I'm gonna have to wait till another one comes. No, yeah, there's not a check source. I think Russians call them control sources, don't they? That's not. How much are they normally, Brightor? Because they sometimes are on eBay in the UK for not too much. I know they're like one of those things in Poland that are way cheaper to buy than they are on eBay over here. It's still not completely gone train spotting. You might be able to see I've still got a bit of like pain in the swollen face, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. But I thought I'd do a bit of a stream today. But today's been quite a nice day in all honesty. No, I don't have the Swedish M51. I've got an original American M9 A1, two variants of the Finnish M61, the Yugoslavian M1 and the Yugoslavian or Serbian M2. But I don't have a Swedish M51, but it's basically that mask, isn't it? An American M9A1 copy. So yeah, I hope everyone had a good Christmas, as I said, or carries on having a good Christmas, depending on what time zone you're in. But as I said, I'm not going to be doing too long a stream today, just because it was one of sort of, I could just squeeze one in here. Not completely gone. You can probably see from that, they've deflated a lot. It's still painful. But if it was like, if I was rating the pain out of 10, it's like 2 out of 10 now, not like 7 out of 10. That's like, the difference in the pain. A check source or a control source is when you have a Geiger counter or radiation detector. It's basically a radioactive check source that checks if your thing's working and checks you're getting a correct reading on it. They're generally just called check sources, control sources, or calibration sources. But basically, it's a sealed radiation source that's used with a radiation detector to check it's working properly. What is in the Kevlar helmets, Jake? I've never seen Finnish Kevlar helmets for sale on like army surplus places. Whether or not the Finnish steel pots ever go for sale, I don't know. I've seen like some of the old Finnish like Stahlhelm style ones, but they were very expensive. Yeah, I've done videos on bayonets. I've not got any Finnish bayonets. So. Yeah, I'm not going to repeat how am I to every single person asking how are you a minute after the last person asked it. But yeah, all good, all things considered. But as I said, I won't be on very long. So, you know, you've got a few minutes to get questions in or whatever before I go off. But yeah, hope everybody had a good day. If Weapon Collector does a stream at some point today and I'm awake or whatever, I'll catch it. Because generally what would happen most Christmases is it would be our immediate family for the first bit of the Christmas. Then my grandparents would come round for sort of the afternoon. Then we'd have had a couple of neighbours round, and like my aunt and uncle would come round in the evening. But my aunt and uncle are having to isolate because of like Corona. My granddad's been around all day, but you know, it's just now it's just like such a different Christmas than it used to be when I was a kid. You know, it's been nothing but the bloody Brexit thing on LBC today. I was putting that on, hoping it'd be cheery Christmas radio, and it's just people whinging about Brexit. I don't give a shit. I hope it's over as soon as possible. Cheers, okay. Yeah, I seem to be recovering at the sort of speed you'd expect. The worst bit, the swelling goes down pretty quickly, but then like some of the swelling takes ages to go. But yeah, don't want to talk about Brexit on fucking Christmas. I don't know if B Store still sells the filters or not, AK-47, but the problem with FP5 filters is, as we've said over and over now, there's not actually a guarantee FP5 filters are GOST threaded because of like all the weird stuff where some of them were and some weren't. DPS 68 M1, that one of those. That's a DPS 68, or at least one of the variants of it. That's a vehicle mounted Geiger counter set. That one has a power cable plugging into one bit, and then you can have two different probes plugging into the bottom of it. Go on eBay and look up Soviet civil defense posters. There's plenty around like that. That's a reprint anyway, that one behind me, I think. They're actually neither NATO or GOST. Some of them are NATO, some of them are GOST. The Poles didn't actually have a proper like uniform production run on them. Hence why you can get GOST and NATO FP5 filters. So yeah, that's why I'm not recommending them anymore. Just because they're fine if you just want to filter and you don't care what the thread is. But the problem is, like, because you might get a GOST one if you want a NATO one, or might get a NATO one if you want a GOST one, there's no point actually recommending them. The only filters I know for definite now, which are like GOST ones, are the actual older, well, not older, but you know, like some of the Czech and some of like the Russian industrial ones that specifically say GOST on the side, or RD40X. So, well, thank you very much, Laser. It's been a while. Have been busy, so I'm hoping to say Merry Christmas, a bit late, but let's hope for prosperous New Year. Well, I don't think it can be worse than this year, can it? Although that might be foreshadowing saying that. But, you know, this has been one of the very strange years where I've been furloughed more than I've actually been in at work, you know, that sort of thing. You know quite a few people that have died this year due to Corona or other stuff, you know, illnesses that they couldn't get treated for because of the Corona and the pandemic. You know, it's just been one of those pretty bleak years, I think, for everybody, hasn't it, this year? You don't gas mask, noob, is the answer. Or you could force it and break your mask. That's one option. Yeah, but Bright, I've covered this before in a video. I've got FP5s that are definitely NATO threaded because I've measured them with calipers. Again, it might be they just stuck the wrong labels on the P5 filters, but for the sake of argument, it doesn't matter because if you order one, you might get, you know, a different type regardless. Same as like the FP211 filters they did. Yeah, knock on wood. Merry Christmas. I don't want to marry Christmas. Merry Christmas. What is the most comfortable gas mask in 2020? I don't know, because I don't know if I've covered any that have been more comfortable than ones I've had before. Thank you, Skynet. I'll be back. Anyway, I'll be off in about 1 minute now. So, but yeah, mostly this is just to come on quickly and say Merry Christmas to everybody. Again, thank you to anybody that's been a supporter this year and whatever. I'll try and get at least one more video out before the end of the year. But as you're looking at the Schmidt-Rubin, I'm not allowed to pick it up because of YouTube rules. It shouldn't technically even be behind me for a video. But it's a Swiss model 1889 Schmidt-Rubin. Oh, that's cool, Brighto. Yeah, sadly over here you never see those. You just see FP211s that may or may not turn up, you know, on surplus sites. But yeah. Anyway, right, see everybody. Hope everybody has a nice rest of their Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever else it is if you're a different religion or, you know, close enough to dates on those. So I'm quite tired, actually, just because I got up earlier than I wanted to this morning, just because of, you know, everybody else doing Christmas stuff. So I think soon, because of all the drink in me, I'm probably going to want to go to sleep quite early. But yeah, thank you, Laser. Best of luck to everybody else. Happy New Year to everybody if I don't get a chance to say Happy New Year, you know, before the end of the year, just because let's hope 2021 is a bit better than 2020. All right, cool. See you all. Bye.